Hey, everyone wants to know what's on Netflix. Netflix is the king of streaming right now in 2021 and 2020 and 2019. I mean, they pretty much started this. I've got on my list a lot of good shows. Queen of the South, excellent. It's got 4 seasons. Schitt's Creek just walked away with a lot of awards. Finished up their season. Lucifer's great show. Kim's Convenience Store, very funny. Mr. Kim, he appeared in the Star Wars show, The Mandalorian. And keep an eye out. He had a little appearance. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wrapped up, but excellent Marvel show that was on ABC. Outlander, my wife loves Outlander. Kind of a time travel story where a girl from early part of the century finds her way back in the past. Stranger Things, classic show from Netflix. Big, huge hit. Huge hit. Stowaway is a new movie. Anna Kendrick, Wu Assassin, kind of a kung fu show. Travelers, time travel show. Avatar, the classic story. Netflix buys a lot of stuff. This is one of the best animes out. Fast and Furious should be part of Universal. Should be on Peacock, right? No. CBS, Paramount, NBC, Universal, Peacock. They're always selling stuff off. So still selling off to Netflix. That Netflix has, 4 seasons of this. Fast and Furious anime. Shameless. This is the reason to get Showtime. But why get Showtime when you can get most of it right here? Shameless is classic. It's so funny. It's kind of a PG-13 R-rated show. Probably R-rated shows the best example to really give. Lost in Space, excellent version of the 60s show. So you may have seen Matt LeBlanc in the movie version. This is even better. This is great. 2 seasons, going to wrap up a 3rd final season because Netflix doesn't do a lot of seasons of stuff. But they committed to a 3rd season of Lost in Space. And I was looking at the guy, I was like, where have I seen him before? He's in Black Sail from Stars. You can find the show on Hulu. He's one of the pirates. He's the leader of the pirates. Kaminsky Method, excellent, funny show. Michael Douglas, Alan Arkin. This was recommended by a podcaster. And I believe it's Korean drama. And she just loved it. She just bounced through it and said, you gotta watch it. Creating the Queen's Gambit. There she is, getting makeup and hair. Because she technically had to wear a wig for different scenes to show she was aging. She explains that. And the fact she went as a redhead for this role. See, as a little girl, her real hair is blonde and long. And this is the classic show to show Hollywood how to make a movie in 6 parts. You just skip the 2-hour movie, go straight to a 6 or 7 part episode. Tell the whole story of the book. Won tons of awards. This is a must-see, The Queen's Gambit. You've got to check it out. Dead to Me, funny show. Altered Carbon, kind of an adventure show that changes actors at the end of 1st season and switches to another person because he's been altered into a new body. Jessica Jones, a very good version of a Marvel show. Girl with a little bit of an attitude, but she's got super strength and she kicks a lot of butt. And she doesn't really care. Episodes is kind of this British couple that did a great job on the show. They had converted it to an American show and they got Matt LeBlanc to be the star. It's 30 minutes and it's a funny little show. Orange is the New Black, classic show. It's prison life. That's why they're dressed in orange, the ladies. Dark is a German show, won tons of awards. Mindhunter. This show is supposed to be like each season is like a long movie looking for murderers, this criminal. It's supposed to be excellent. I haven't seen it all yet. Our Planet. It's a nature show. Excellent. Globe. It's about wrestling years ago. And this lady that gets a job in the wrestling world. Black Mirror, it's anthology, kind of like Twilight Zone with sci-fi tech. Magic. Guy does all these magic things. It's fun to watch. bodyguard. You recognize him from Game of Thrones. He's going to be in the Eternals movie soon. He's a little unstable in his mind. I saw the couple episodes, and he's a little compulsive about this bodyguard. So there's the good anime that we loved. Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous. They did a great job. This should have been on Peacock too because it's Universal. Oh well, but they do a great job with it. In every episode, they're about to get eaten. My wife literally would start watching the next episode. I'm like, it's bedtime. Let's go. And no, I just want to see just a minute or two. She wants to see how they get out of it because she's worried, somebody's going to get eaten, one of these kids. And you're like, where are the adults? Where are the adults always disappeared to? And that does get explained a little later, where everyone is. So, Unsolved Mysteries is excellent. Russian Doll. It's kind of she has kind of a Groundhog's Day moment where she repeats. She walks in and people are like, oh yeah, hey. And she's like, haven't I already done this? It's kind of an odd thing. But it's neat. Another Life, sci-fi, with the girl that played Starbuck on the new Battlestar Galactica. She's the captain of the ship. There she is. It's good. I liked it. And Tom Holland in the movie. LA's Finest. That's from the Bad Boy producers. So the girls get to be kind of like bad girls. It's a sequel of sorts. Tiger King. This is the thing everyone was talking about. The crazy war between these two. You never see them together. It's like, oh my gosh, this cannot be real. I mean, you'd be watching episode, because they recorded all this stuff for his live action TV show. So there's tons of stuff on tape. So they just created this series out of all that. Yeah, he carries a pistol. He's got this tiger zoo you can go see. And there's all sorts of stuff going on. And you're like, oh my gosh, crazy. Meth heads and all sorts of wild stuff going on in this crazy world. Jupiter's Legacy, superhero show. Pacific Rim, they did a great job with this anime. See, the art is great. Another season coming, yes, because they only had so many episodes and then they went, woo, coming another season. And you're like, y'all really did all these episodes, but you're just chopping it up, so it makes another season. But that was hang on the edge of your seat. There, all these kaiju still coming. Warrior Nun, action adventure shows. She's got this thing on her back that kind of gives her special abilities. Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid sequel. See, there's Michael Sutton. That's excellent. And this is 30 years later, this is a very good show. I mean, we get drawn into it and we're like, another season? It's over? What? Yeah, it's great. The Witcher. Good show. I mean, Netflix has that's why people want Netflix. Some of the shows aren't as great, but there's 8,000 things to watch. There's Superman. Yeah, that's the guy that played Superman. Barbarians is supposed to be good. Umbrella Academy, another superhero show. It's great. When they were showing trailer for Loki on Marvel's new Disney Plus, and they showed their Time Bureau, I was like, oh my gosh, they stole that from Umbrella Academy. They're pissed because there's time travel in Umbrella Academy. All of them had these special abilities, but they're a little dysfunctional. Crew is a new show with Kevin James. He race car. He had 30 minutes comedy. Hollywood's an hour, kind of an R-rated show about early Hollywood. It was entertaining. I've seen a couple of those. Space Force, it was hard to get used to the odd humor that Stephen Carell brings to this, but I still loved it. The scene where they're ordered on the moon to go sabotage the Chinese station, and they're driving the little moon buggy, and then here comes the Chinese moon buggy, is so funny. It's just, oh my gosh. It's a great show. Better Than Us, Russian show, dubbed in English. She's an android, but she's a special android that was developed in China that's kind of illegal, and she kills that guy, which is against all the android programming. And she'll lie about it. Did you kill anyone? And she adopts this little girl in her family. And he's like, come on. He's a doctor. He's like, come on. No. And there's the guy that got killed. And it's like, and she tries to live with them. And in the meantime, everybody's hunting for this girl. And of course, she's strong and fast. And it's a neat show. It's really cool. There's the son that's a little dysfunctional. Lupin's about a French guy that's kind of a master of disguise, con artist. It's kind of a cool show too. Cursed is about the lady in the lake that raises the sword up for Lancelot out of the lake. You find out who she is and what her origin is. Teenage Bounty Hunters got canceled by Netflix. They're always canceling stuff. We watched it all the time. I thought it was great. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but with 2 girls instead of 1, and no superpowers and no zombies. Just bad guys they had to get because they were bounty hunters. Just kind of accidentally fell into it and conned their way into it to make some money. Peppermint movie, she kicks ass. That's the thing. Money Heist is excellent, excellent, excellent. This is a great best drama, International Emmy Awards. Of course, this thing is great. 4 parts, 4 seasons going on. Here's the professor. They're going to show everyone. They're robbing, you get these bank heist shows, robbing the bank. I'm going to rob the bank on time on. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Why waste time robbing the bank when you can go to the mint? And as you're being held, the police are outside, you're planning your escape, you're printing more money to take. Yeah. And you're getting the people you're holding hostage to help do it. So you're just getting all this money together. I'm like, oh my gosh. Here it is. There's Beth Harmon, the Queen's Gambit. Notice the booze bottles, the little pills, tranquility pills. Yeah. Oh my gosh. She's got some problems. She's brilliant. Here she's getting told that there's not a girls section for the chess tournament she's getting ready to enter for $5 that she had to borrow because she didn't have any money. But she knew she was good at chess because she played when she was a little girl at the orphanage. And they're like, why would you waste your money? You're not going to win. There are all these people with big high ratings, and she doesn't have ratings. She's just there. And she's so confident. She knows chess like the back of her hand. She's just excellent at chess, but she wasn't allowed to play a lot in the orphanage because she got in big trouble. You'll see. You'll be like, girl, why did you do that? Yeah, big trouble. This is excellent, excellent, excellent. Won awards. In her performance for the young dorky, she's playing the dorky teenager here. Later she'll be playing a sophisticated lady. She's bouncing through the ages. They were literally filming her, they said in the making of it, changing the wig 4 times in a day just to shoot her different age levels in certain scenes at certain locations. Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me. Look at all this great stuff. Jamie Foxx. New show. Midnight Sky is the movie. It's got George Clooney, directs and stars. There he is. Trying to warn these astronauts coming back to Earth. There's been a lot of stuff on Earth, a lot of radiation going on because we're going to screw each other up, right? So he's trying to warn them, they found a new moon around Jupiter that can support life. And you're like, okay, that can't happen, but we'll go with it. Okay. They can't get a hold of anybody on Earth, on the ship. And then she's like, what are you doing? And the girl from Rogue One is one of the astronauts. Eurovision's a funny Will Ferrell movie. Queen of the South, a dramatic show. We're back again. Austin's new. A lot of the top 10 stuff is always new. Funny animated. Stargate, the old series. Shadow and Bone. My wife's watching that. Under Force, people say that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. My wife watches Fate. Lucifer, Kim, funny. The Crown's a big hit for Netflix. Bridgerton's a huge hit for Netflix. A lot of people are talking about that. They got The Flash on there. That should be on HBO Max because of Warner Brothers, but they made deals, a long time ago. Peaky Blinders is supposed to be good, and it actually has the girl from the Queen's Gambit in it. Stowaway's new movie. Anna Kendrick, Shameless, Magicians is a show. Good Place is a show. That's ended its run, but it's supposed to be very funny. 30 minutes. Blacklist, so you've heard of that. I mean, there's all this stuff on there. Community. And it changes occasionally. New Girls, Selena Show. Don't know what that is. And this is why people get Netflix. You got your home, play something that's something new, where you just push it and it plays something you think you'll like, and you can, clean the house and have it playing in the background. If you want music, you want Netflix playing in the background. Some people will get an old classic show like Friends and The Office. Just let it play because they know the jokes, and it's great. New and popular TV shows, movies, your list. You can search for things. Kids, you can switch profiles. Go to TV. Love and Robots is new animated pop. See part of your top 10, and then it goes to that popular. What's popular, so you can find something faster. Top TV shows in the U.S. this week. But basically, the top 10 are always, except for this. This little guy is always in the top 10 because little kids watch it 24/7. This is the big little kid show that'll get watched all the time in your house. If you have little ones that are that age group, they'll just live on Netflix. This is their big show. It's always in the top 10 because that's what's getting watched. See, all this stuff is new, and that's the only reason it's in the top 10. But it's a good thing to look at because you're like, ooh, what's cool? I've seen everything. What's cool now in the top 10? There's Queen's Gambit. Originals. These are their originals. Yeah, they got some good stuff. It's from the country Ragnarok, but especially might be the Thor Legend. See, they got the thing. I started watching it, but I was like, I don't know what this. Tribes of Europe. Dark is supposed to be good. That's supposed to be fine. I mean, they've got all this stuff that you can't get a lot of this on network TV. This is why Netflix is ruling right now. They don't have a Mandalorian like Disney that's just dominating. Everybody on the planet watched it. But they've got everything else. That's why everyone gets Netflix for a year, or rotates it in and out. You've got to have Netflix if you're streaming. Everyone says that. I mean, you can get to a point where you might want to rotate it out for a month or so, but the next month you're going to want it again, and then you'll rotate it in HBO Max, then you'll rotate it in Netflix, then you'll rotate it in Hulu, then you'll rotate it in Netflix. It's that kind of thing where you're always getting the Netflix. If you can only afford one big service at a time, it's going to be in and out. You're not going to waste the family's time with Paramount just to see a new Star Trek show. And they're like, what else are we going to watch, Dad? And I'm not watching Star Trek. So they'll get the attitude and they'll be like, no, we need a Netflix. You're watching Star Trek on Paramount, you need to have Netflix for us. So you always have Netflix for the family. And then you get your weird little pick from something else. Okay? Right, Nico? Yeah, Nico agrees. So you always have these are my top 6. YouTube's, we always go to that. Check the news, check what's going on in the world. Instant. It's instant. And it's always dominating our last little before bed, and come home, you check it out real quick, what's going on. Prime Video is free for us because we have Prime shipping. So you got that all year. Disney, my wife loves General Hospital. They have like 200 episodes a year, so it's hard to rotate that in and out, if you know what I mean. I'm under orders to make sure that stays year round, so that's year round. HBO Max can be rotated in and out. Game of Thrones is over. They're still working on the sequel show. This is free. All right. Very good. Subscribe if you'd like. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Okay? You just push it and subscribe and make YouTube happy. They show more people this video. That's all you're doing. And I appreciate it.